Two bros chilling in the hot tub.
You the twos and we the ones? Well, you are the biggest two of them all, my dog. That's what you are. You are a giant number two.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to a brand new episode of the Two Bros Podcast. As always, I am Bryce, and I am joined by.
I am Matt, and I don't know what to say for once.
Well, so we don't have as much NFL news, but we do have some NFL news. So we're going to talk about it right now because there are four things, three of which have to do with the same exact team. Well, four of which have to do with the same exact team, five things altogether. But we're just going to talk about one together because they happen at the same time and they involve the same thing, in which the Dolphins release Tyreek Hill and they also release Bradley Chubb. What do you think is next for each player?
I think Tyreek Hill most likely ends up in Kansas City again. And I think Bradley Chubb ends up somewhere like the Cowboys or the Bengals, who are desperate for defense.
Honestly, with the Chiefs clearing up $35 million in cap space after Patrick Mahomes restructured his contract, I could see Bradley Chubb going to Kansas City. I don't think Tyreek Hill is coming back to Kansas City. I do think that he's going to go to another team that is more receiver needy, like Pittsburgh as a receiver too. He could go to the Bills. I think that would be a great fit. I don't think he's going back to Kansas City. I don't.
I don't know. Tyreek Hill just posted on Snapchat a cryptic photo of him like a smiling with saying Kansas City.
Don't do this. Don't do this.
It said Tyreek Hill geotags that he's in Kansas City. He also has a Snapchat profile with a picture of him in a Chiefs uniform as seen in the top left corner of the post. It's pretty much, I think it's pretty much guaranteed he goes back to Kansas City.
I'm so mad. I don't want it to happen. But next, the Dolphins regime will look to trade Tua Tagovailoa. They are done with him, and he will not play another snap in Miami. Where do you think this goes? How do you think this ends up? Where do you think he goes?
I don't think a single team is willing to take on his contract. I think this ends up in a ridiculously expensive releasing situation. Or I think this ends up with them trying to hold on another year and see if they can eat a little less cap next offseason with moving on from him.
I think his cap gets a little bigger next year. I think his cap hit gets a little bigger after the 2026 or during the 2027 offseason. I think that's when it gets bigger. I think that's why they're trying to do it now so they can get off of him so they can actually move on and start over. But next, we have the Dolphins are actually listening to trade offers for Minkah Fitzpatrick. More Dolphins news. The Dolphins are big in the podcast this week. So if you're a Dolphins fan, here you go. Have all the news you want. It's not the greatest news, but guess what? It's pretty much the focal point of the NFL portion. So.
Yeah, I think that this is something that makes a lot of sense. The Dolphins are going into a full-on rebuild, and I think that moving on from any kind of valuable talent, especially who is older,
Yeah.
um, let them get younger. I think they can get at least like a second or third round pick for Minka. I don't think he's valuable enough for a first. I
No,
know a
no.
lot of people in the past have said he's worth multiple firsts. I look at him as probably a second and a fifth kind of guy, but either way, a second round pick is someone who can get you a lot of talent. Look at a guy like Blake Corum, who was a second round pick. And I think the Dolphins need to work on getting younger on their offense. I think we know Quinn Ewers isn't their guy. So I
We
think you
don't know
need to
that.
add better offensive line and add better receiver talent now that you just lost Tyreek Hill for your probable incoming Malik Willis.
Yeah, I think Malik Willis is the front runner to go to Miami. I think he's the best option. But now, this is news that caught me off guard today. The Seattle Seahawks are officially up for sale. The owner put on their social media pages that they're looking to sell the Seattle Seahawks.
No, that makes a lot of sense. I saw this going into the Super Bowl that if they won, the owner would most likely sell. With them being at an all-time high value, this makes a ton of sense, to be honest. I think they're going to
Yeah.
be a very good return. And I think that, overall, like the Seahawks are a well-run franchise.
Yeah,
What makes me nervous, if you're a Seahawks fan, I think you should be a little nervous about who comes in because what I like about the owner they currently have is she's very hands-off. She's not the type of owner who's going to force them to make moves like a Jerry Jones or a David
David
Tepper
Tepper.
or even a Woody Johnson. She is a hands-off owner who just understands how to let the GMs do their job. If you're the owner selling, she should be very cautious about someone ruining the team that she allowed them to build.
Yeah, because this roster is incredible. There's a reason why they won the Super Bowl. I think they are the best roster in the league. I think that the NFC Championship was really the Super Bowl between the Rams and the
Mhm.
Seahawks. I think those are the two best teams in the NFL. So I am curious about to see. I am curious as to see who is going to buy the Seattle Seahawks. And yeah, as you said, are they going to let the people that need to do the moves keep doing the moves? But that has been the NFL portion. And now we are moving on to the NBA because as you all know, the Super Bowl's over and the new podcast, the NBA podcast is coming out tonight, but we're going to record this now.
Oh my
But
gosh. What
what,
is he doing?
Super Kitty?
Yeah, what is he doing? Hey, cut it out. Hey,
Super Kitty.
cut
But
it
yeah,
out.
no. The Spurs are signing Mason Plumlee
Get
to a
down.
10-day contract. What do you think this does for the Spurs?
It just gives them depth. The center the is ironic because the one second. Sorry, get down. The Spurs have the best center in the league, you know, and they
Yeah.
have really good depth with Cornette behind him. I just think, you have to look at this team and see how much more deep he can be. Bringing a guy like Mason Plumlee in allows you to move Luke Cornette to the power forward, let him be a stretch four for you. So I think this is a really good option. I don't foresee Mason Plumlee actually making the roster, but I think it gives them the ability to let a guy like Wemby rest or a guy like Luke Cornette rest a little bit more in a game for the next 10 days.
I think that this could be something. I do think Mason Plumlee played meaningful minutes in Charlotte earlier this year. So I do think he brings valuable minutes off the bench and a valuable veteran presence behind Wemby and Luke Cornett. He's
So I
not
think
going to have to play much, maybe 10 to 12 minutes a night, grab a few boards, put in a few putbacks, block a shot or two. I do think you can do a lot worse with having Mason Plumlee as third center in your roster. However, I don't think he's playing all that much.
I think this for them is the kind of the mindset is like, hey, let's just give our guys we're confident in the ability to rest a bit more.
I
And I
agree.
think
But
that
next,
having a body on the floor
yeah,
like him, he's a veteran, he knows how to play.
he really is. And we've seen him play meaningful minutes with the Nets, I'm pretty sure he's played with the Nuggets. But now we're going to move on to the big Adam Silver portion because Adam Silver is going to be a huge talking point of this episode because Adam Silver has suggested that he may consider getting rid of the rookie draft if it would eliminate tanking.
That would be one of the stupidest things we've ever seen. Imagine if he did that going into this year, right? And the Thunder were like, hey, we have money. Let's sign Cooper Flag.
Yeah,
Let's sign Dylan Harper and VJ Edgecombe as well. Let's
yeah.
release Lou Dort and let's bring in Ace Bailey for that. That's so stupid. I understand you want to stop tanking. There's better ways.
There
Find
are.
the heck out of these teams. Don't give them $50,000 fines to billionaires.
And I got a lot of flack when I talked about the Carson Brever on TikTok, Carson Brever's solution on TikTok. A lot of people jumped in my case saying, "Why would teams try?" Guess what? Players do not like losing. They will if they're and somebody said, "Oh, they don't try in the All Star game." What makes you think they would play in the this tournament? Do, does that guy not pay attention to the NBA Cup and know that the teams try
Mhm.
to win that? If
The
there's an
NBA Cup
incentive,
matters.
if there's an incentive, players will play. And people like, oh, they're not going to play for their replacements. No, they're going to play to win. They will play to win. Teams, if they are given an opportunity, they will play to win. And if this is the best option, and if it wins games, they will do it.
No, I agree. I think while I don't think the midseason, while a midseason one makes sense, I actually like a tournament after the season, almost like a consolation prize. I kind of like the idea of that, like almost like people doing fantasy football. The team who goes the farthest
gets the worst pick.
The team
Or,
is like it's just I like that. I think you kind of force these teams to earn it. That's why you'll see a guy like Larry Markkinen and Jaren Jackson Jr. actually play in a tournament like this.
yeah.
Keep talking about this. He
And
got himself into a freaking closet.
oh my God, hold on.
We
This
can
is
keep
wild.
going.
Super Kitty is crazy on Super Kitty is definitely on one tonight, but um definitely the NBA needs to do something because the tanking has gotten out of control. Uh, I do not like the idea of the rookie draft because it is fun for everybody. It is there's a reason why teams make these trades and give up all their draft capital for these players. Teams will not want to give up money as the selling point and key players if you're not getting anything in return.
Well, also,
Got
this is the
teams,
biggest moment
bad
of these guys'
teams,
lives.
bad teams will keep hold of their players. Bad teams will keep hold of their players if you eliminate the draft because there's no need to trade your veterans for draft picks.
Also,
There's not.
imagine all the trades that we've seen happen for like 2032 draft picks.
Yeah.
Like what, that
Like,
just goes out the window?
just,
Do you
yeah.
recoup? Do you have to give back the players you moved on from?
Like, I, I get he wants to do something, but this is not
I'm
the
sorry,
way.
in my
This is not.
opinion, Adam Silver is not his mindset isn't to fix the league. It's
No.
to save the sports books.
Yep. Yeah. And there are reports that gambling companies were angry with the tanking in the NBA, so they pushed Adam Silver to find teams. Meaning, if he would have done nothing, he would have done nothing if he wasn't pressured by gambling companies to find teams.
Well,
Adam Silver needs to go.
they
Adam
need
Silver is
he
the
needs to be fired.
worst possible thing that has ever happened to the NBA,
I
and
know. Donald Sterling was pretty bad.
people wonder why guys like me don't really watch the NBA much anymore, as much as I used to, because under David Stern, the NBA meant something. The NBA teams weren't purposely tanking. They weren't. Or if they did, it wasn't as bad. Or they had times where they find the Spurs for load management and they find teams for resting players at the end towards the end of the season. Because he knew that the product meant more than the money. And yes, he was trying to make money, but that wasn't the end all be all. That's what puts leagues and companies in trouble with their fan bases is when they used to prioritize quality over how much money they can make. And right now, that is what he is trying to do. He is trying to make as much money as possible. That's why you see FanDuel. That's why you see DraftKings. That's why you see MGM Bet. That's why you see ESPN Bet, NFL or NBA gambling now, because he is pushing for it to make as much money as possible. And he does not care about the integrity of the league. That he does not. He has cared about making himself look bad. And he did not care about players Chauncey Billups betting. He did not care about Terry Rozier betting.
All this stuff
He
happened
cared.
underneath it.
Yeah, all of it happened. He probably knew about it. But the gambling company said, "Hey, you need to look into this." And that's when he did something. They probably threatened to pull all of their money out of the NBA if they did do something.
I think that Adam Silver obviously has been around for how long is he? It's over a decade at this point, right? He
I
has
think it's
been,
been like 13, 14 years now.
and you kind of have to look at how the product has dropped off heavily.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and the NBA was always kind of hard to get to find, but NBA on TNT was something that was set in stone. You always knew you could watch the NBA on TNT
Every Tuesday and Thursday.
every Tuesday, Thursday. Under him, we have seen where this has started to die out. We almost lost it. Almost
Now
lost
it's
the NBA on
NBA
TNT
Prime.
too.
Now it's
Like
Peacock. Now it's ESPN.
he has gone about it where basically he has paywalled the NBA so hard that you have to be insanely wealthy or connected to get to it. If you look
Yeah,
at court sides, you don't see just families anymore. You see celebrities, you see
yeah.
politicians, you see like other athletes. This is not a family product anymore. I took
No,
my what's it called? I took my girlfriend to see a game, a Sixers game, and I spent like 100, almost $100 per ticket on nosebleeds.
yeah. And that's what sucks is with me being a Laker fan, it's super convenient. It's super easy for me to go to stay to crypto and watch a Laker game, except for the fact that the tickets are way too expensive.
And
And
if
even with
you
the
want
Clippers now, and even with the Clippers now for a middling product,
And what you
it is
have to
still
do is
expensive.
you have to go watch a really crappy team that's multiple states away face another crappy team in the middle of a work week on a night. Yeah, if you
Hmm.
want to go catch a Tuesday night game of the Wizards Jazz, it's $13, but it's at 7:30 on a work night.
Yeah,
Like the
and
NBA has completely taken away the ability to watch it from a family perspective. If you want to watch it, you have to have 15 different streaming services and you have to mortgage your house to afford a ticket.
and even NBA League Pass is ridiculous.
And part of me
Like,
blames 2K for this. If
yeah,
you look at this, the NBA has fully transitioned away from like a product that you almost want to watch, and it's more of watching people think they're in my league, in my
yeah.
GM.
Speaking of which, Adam Silver is praising AI, saying that it is changing everything in sports. He said, as I look around the world and predictions, and we're seeing much of it already on how AI is changing everything about our personal lives, our business lives. For me, there is no doubt AI will have the same impact on sports. One area in particular that I think is worth addressing is impact on the fan experience. One of the things we're beginning to see already is how we're going to more than personalize, almost hyper personalize our telecast, allowing people to experience the game in any way they want. Many of you have probably experimented with this already, but in essence, you'll be able to hear the game in any dialect, language. You'll be able to see a hardcore X's and O's commentary, maybe one that's more comedic if that's what you're interested in, or a novice explaining each foul and the rules as it goes along. To me, we're about to witness the most significant change certainly in my lifetime, to show how sports are presented. Beyond that, in the hyper personalized, if people want to shop during a game or if they want to be on social media or having an ongoing discussion about some aspect of the game, I think it's a really exciting moment and transformation.
One thing that I want to really point out about what he mentioned in that was if people want to shop during a game. And I think
Mm-hmm.
it's really important he put that in there because people are so heavily looking at Amazon, how you can watch a movie and if there's a product in the movie, you can order that product on
Mm-hmm.
Amazon. He is already thinking ahead to how he can use this AI to be like, oh, Steph Curry just hit a three. You want to order Steph Curry's jersey? Like,
Yeah,
I
I
get it.
think.
The league is about making money, but in the end of the day, the NBA is already a multi-billion-dollar league. These teams are not losing money. But you know what's happening? In 10 to 15 years, when your nosebleeds are $800, your arena's gonna be empty. No
Yeah,
one's gonna show up. That many millionaires are not in the world. Now
for me, I think the
he
biggest thing is I think the biggest thing is he is talking about doing multiple podcast or broadcasts with the use of AI. Meaning, he is probably going to the companies are probably going to start. Well, NBA Network is probably going to start laying a lot of people off because now you can pay two people to do the work, two people, and then have AI do their voice for other podcasts, other version of broadcasts, and all that kind of stuff when they do it already with the other broadcasters and the other analysts. There are different ways to watch the NBA right now. They have different versions of the broadcast for the hardcore fans that want to watch the X's and O's, for the ones that are trying to learn the game of basketball. They already have broadcasts for people trying to learn the basics up to the hardcore level. Why are they going to do this and jeopardize the integrity by using artificial intelligence for this?
And also, if you really want, like when it comes to the NBA, the reason I am so adamant about how I call it the NBA versus the NFL is the NBA has a lot of outstanding content creators. If we look at numbers on the board, the low post, Mike Korzemba, there are so many
Sporting logically,
Andy Hoop.
Six Rings of Steel,
There's a
um,
lot of outstanding content creators out there versus
Jimmy
the
High
NFL
Roller.
who has good content creators, but it comes down to Tom
It's a niche.
Grossi.
It's a niche.
It's Tom Grossi and Brandon Perna who are kind of your number one and number two guy in the NFL. There are so many outstanding content creators when it comes to the NBA who should be getting bigger platforms.
Yeah,
If you really you're gonna sit here and be like, oh, let's have a show about how you can learn, the ins and outs from the note, like from nothing to something, go to King of the Fourth Quarter.
yeah.
Go to Six Rings of
He,
Steel. You
yeah,
want entertainment? Go to Low Post. Like
yeah.
these guys should be your future. Instead, first off, I actually love the Amazon broadcast. I think the guys on
I
there,
love them. They're great.
Blake
The
Griffin, Steve
Peacock
Nash, Dirk
broadcasts are
Nowitzki,
great.
they're awesome. But then you go over to, no offense to Shaq and them, they're just not funny anymore. They're not
They're not.
enjoyable. They're at this point, they're just bashing people. You have Kendrick Perkins who doesn't know what he's talking about on a daily basis. You are putting these names forth while you have actual really good broadcasts coming from Amazon and guys like numbers on the board, you ignore.
Yeah. The problem is numbers on the board knows what they're talking about it. They don't just talk for clicks. So the
Exactly.
NBA doesn't care about that. Granted, Peacock is paying numbers on the board right now to do their
But
podcast,
that's a
which,
smaller
quite
that's a
frankly,
smaller streaming service who's
yeah,
paying. The NBA should be grabbing them for League Pass. The
yeah,
NBA should be taking the guys from Amazon and putting them
yeah,
at the front of their own broadcasts
yeah. But
instead of
instead you have
Amazon and Peacock having to pick up the slack where the NBA is failing.
But instead, you have people like DeMarcus Cousins, who I love DeMarcus Cousins, said that he would love to see Brian Windhorst and Stephen A. Smith play basketball in the Celebrity All Star game. Like, why? Why do we care
Like
about that at all?
we have to listen to Kendrick Perkins who just hates everybody instead of hearing Blake Griffin and Steve Nash give real talks about a pick and roll or Dirk
Yeah,
Nowitzki talk about how to break down a zone defense.
yeah. Okay, now we're going to move on to the players' news because this is involving more tanking, where the Kings are shutting down two of their stars for the year. Zach LaVine is out for the year to undergo season-ending surgery to repair a tendon injury in his hand, and Domantas Sabonis underwent season-ending surgery on a meniscus tear in his left knee.
Yeah, that's I think what happens is you're just seeing tanking teams finishing their tank.
Yeah, and yeah, and
And speaking of
unless
other tanking teams, our next
well,
two
this one made sense because Kyrie Irving is still rehabbing from his ACL, and he's trying to get healthy from the ACL tear he suffered last February, so he's not returning this year. Meaning, we will not see Kyrie Irving play basketball for a year and a
that
half
kind of makes sense
almost.
actually.
So it kind of makes sense. He is recovering from an ACL tear. There's nothing to play for, so stay home, Kyrie. Get
Yeah, no,
healthy for
that
next
actually
season.
does
So
work.
that one actually makes sense.
The next
But
one is
next,
interesting to me.
Franz Wagner is out indefinitely after recent tests showed that he needs additional time and rehab for soreness in his left high ankle sprain.
Yeah, I hate saying this. The Magic weren't going to do much anyways. They're sitting at a play-in seed, and I don't even know if they make it out of the play-in. So
Yeah,
this kind of just
yeah.
makes sense.
Okay, now for the last topic. You changed a lot of
I
my wording.
added something
You
after this that I want to
changed
talk
a
about
lot of my
because we're
wording.
not going to do that. We're not going to talk.
No,
We're not gonna do that.
we are going to disparage the mid man.
No, you
Chris
know, I'm going
Paul.
to read this. I'm going to read this because Chris Paul announces his retirement from the NBA. He finishes his career with 1,370 games played, 23,058 points with an average of 16.8 points, 6,006 rebounds for an average of 4.4, and 12,552 assists for an average of 9.2 assists, with 2,728 steals and an average of 2 steals per game. He won Rookie of the Year, 6-time All-Steal leader, 12-time All-Star, 11-time All-NBA, 9-time All-Defense, and a 2-time Olympic gold medalist with an All-Star Game MVP. Bryce has decided to put together a list of point guards he thinks is better than Chris Paul all time. Why don't you start from 17 and move your way up?
Okay, I have
And
Chris
I
Paul
will
right
tell who
now
you guys. I will tell you
as
if I think it makes sense.
I have Chris Paul right now as the 18th ranked point guard in NBA history. First one, I have a guy who is just won MVP and just won Finals MVP in SGA. One MVP, one Finals MVP,
I
four-time All
will
Star,
tell you.
three-time All NBA, and a championship.
I think SGA is creeping up, but I don't think he's better than Chris Paul yet.
Chauncey Billups at 16, five-time
No,
All Star, three-time All NBA, two-time All Defense, one Finals MVP, one championship, and he's already a Hall of Famer.
no, 100% not.
He's got something that Chris Paul will never have, a ring. So the rings are everything when you're talking about greatness levels. Rings are more important than when you're talking about greatness levels and individual accolades, neither of which Chris Paul has. 15, I have Kyrie Irving, nine-time
That's
All Star,
ironic. Seeing
three-time All
some of your
NBA,
top fives.
Rookie of the Year, All Star Game MVP, and one
No,
championship.
I don't put Kyrie over Chris Paul.
14, I have Nate Archibald,
Not even
tiny,
close.
six-time All Star, five-time All NBA, one-time scoring champ, one-time assist leader, All Star Game MVP, one ring,
He was
Hall
carried.
of Famer.
He was carried, but okay.
Next, we have 13, Earl Monroe, four-time All-Star, one-time All-NBA, Rookie of the Year, one championship. Oh, and he's also a Hall of Famer
Yeah, because
because
he already
he's
retired. He already retired. You gonna take away from Kyrie because he's already a Hall of Famer? Rajon Rondo because he's not already a Hall of Famer?
no, but Rajon Rondo, four-time All-Star, one-time All-NBA, five-time All-Defense, three-time assist leader, one-time steals leader. Oh, and he's got two rings.
Carried, but okay.
Number 11. I have a guy who probably should be higher, but I forgot about somebody.
Mid.
Bob Cousy,
He's
one
mid.
MVP, one MVP,
Overrated.
13-time All-Star, 12-time All-NBA, six championships, and he's a Hall of
He
Famer.
was carried to all those championships by Bill Russell, but okay.
Why does he have an MVP then if he
He was
wasn't
mid.
carried?
He was
If
mid.
he was carried.
He was mid.
10. We have Walt Frazier,
No.
seven-time All-Star, six-time All-NBA, seven-time All-Defense, two rings, and he's a
Hmm.
Hall of Famer.
I'm really excited for you to talk about this next guy because I'm curious how many rings he has. Or how many
Yeah,
times
he's
has he
got
been to the final? How many times has he been to the finals?
that doesn't matter. Chris Paul's got no individual accolades. None.
How many
Zero.
times has this guy been to the
Zero.
finals?
Steve Nash is number 9. He's got two MVPs, eight-time All-Star, seven-time All-NBA, and he's a five-time assist leader.
No, hasn't even been to the finals. Never went.
Again, he's got two MVPs.
All-time loser. That's what he was. An all-time
Accolades,
loser.
individual
He
accolades.
was an
Chris Paul has
all-time loser.
none.
He was an
Chris
all-time
Paul
loser.
has no
He was
accolades,
an
and he will
all-time
not be a
loser.
Hall
Could
of
not
Famer.
even make it past the Western Conference Finals.
And he will not be a Hall of Famer. Chris Paul
Chris
will not.
Paul will be a first ballot, you idiot.
No, he won't. Gary Payton at number 8, nine-time All-Star, nine-time All-NBA, nine-time All-Defensive First Team, one Defensive Player of the Year, one-time assist leader, one-time steals leader. Oh, and he's got a ring, and he's a Hall of
That
Famer.
he was carried, the ring he was carried to, he did nothing. He was worthless. That team would have won with or without him.
Next, we have Isaiah Thomas, the good Isaiah Thomas, not the little 5'9" loser. One-time Finals MVP, 12-time All-Star, five-time All-NBA, two rings, and he's a Hall of Famer.
This is the first one I agree with you. I put over him.
You overrate Chris Paul so much.
This is
Emmanuel
the
has
first one I agree with.
zero individual accolades, zero, no MVPs.
That's weird. Zero individual accolades. How about his all NBA, all his pro? His,
That's not individual accolades. I'm talking about
that's
MVPs,
That's an
Defensive Player of the Year
individual accolade.
awards. No, because an individual accolade is for one player. One. He was never even the unquestioned best point guard in the league.
Wasn't he an All-Star Game MVP? Isn't that an individual accolade?
No, it's an All-Star game. It doesn't count.
No, it does count. Okay.
6, Russell Westbrook. One MVP, nine-time All-NBA, nine-time All-Star, two-time All-Star MVP, two-time scoring champion, three-time assist
How many
leader.
How many championships has he won? I'm just curious.
How many has Chris Paul won?
I mean, how many has Russ won though?
Zero.
Yeah, that's weird. That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
How many MVPs does Chris Paul have?
Bryce, he was never the focal point
Exactly.
scoring wise. He was playing in the same time as prime LeBron.
He was playing at the same time as Russell Westbrook, and he didn't win an MVP.
No, because Bryce, at that point, LeBron was not an MVP caliber player.
LeBron was not an MVP caliber player.
He was not gonna win an MVP at that point in his career.
Okay. 5, we have John Stockton.
No, because how many MVPs has LeBron had since Russ won?
Zero.
That's weird. How many MVPs has LeBron had since KD won?
Zero. But still,
Giannis?
zero. But at the same time,
How many has he had since Steph's last one?
LeBron has 4, so they never wanted to vote him again.
You're sitting here telling me that Chris Paul didn't play during the full-on peak LeBron when he was actually winning MVPs.
Chris Paul couldn't win in the weakest MVP era of all time. He couldn't win an MVP in the weakest MVP era of all time.
Steve Nash shouldn't deserve any of his MVPs. Steve Nash is the most overrated point guard of all time.
5, we have John Stockton, 10-time All-Star,
Second most overrated
11-time All-NBA, five-time All-Defense, all-time assist leader, all-time steals leader, Hall of Famer.
Hold on. Where are his individual accomplishments?
He's the all-time steals and assist leader, and he's been to 2
zero DPOYs.
He's been to 2 finals. He's been to 2 finals.
He lost both.
He's been to 2 finals.
Zero DPOYs.
Next, we have
Do you
Jason
remember the
Kidd.
season where he led in assists and steals?
No, but he just consistently averaged 10.
He had none. He had no individual accolades at all. He has no championships, no individual accolades at all, and you have him top 5.
He's been to two
You're
rings.
just
He's been
biased. You're just biased.
he's been to two
You're
NBA
and he
finals.
lost both because he's an ultimate loser.
He's also been to four conference championships.
And he lost. Chris Paul's
So
been to multiple conference championships.
no, he's only been to one.
Yes, that's
Chris
not
Paul's
true.
only been
That's not
to
true.
one.
He went with the Rockets twice and with the Clippers once.
No,
And
he
with
went
the
with the
Suns.
Rockets once.
Four. Sorry, he went to three of them. He went to
Actually,
three of them,
he never
Bryce.
went with the Clippers. He never
He
went with
did.
the Clippers.
They
No,
did.
because
They went.
Kawhi led them to their first conference finals ever. The Clippers. He never went with the Clippers.
Wait, he's been to multiple as well. You sit here and act like he's only ever been to one time when he went to the finals.
Yeah,
Or the
but guess
Rockets.
what? Guess what? He still went. He still only went to the finals once. So
You're sitting here. You're moving the goalpost. For
okay,
John Stockton.
Jason Kidd, 10-time All-Star, 6-time All-NBA, 9-time All-Defense, Co-Rookie of the Year. Oh, and he's got one ring, and he's a Hall of
He
Famer.
was carried, but okay.
He's also been to three NBA
Jason Kidd
championships.
shouldn't
He's also
even
been
be
to
top
three
10.
finals. He's also been to three finals.
Is not even a top 10 point guard of all time.
He's top three.
He's maybe bottom. He's not even top 20.
He's top 2 all time in assists and steals.
He's not even top 20 point guard of all time. He is one of the most overrated average point guards we've seen. If you put him in today's age, he is a bench warmer.
No, he's the best point guard in the league.
You put him in today's age and he's a bench warmer. He's mid. He's trash. Jason Kidd was trash.
He's the second greatest defensive point guard of all time.
Jason Kidd is one of the worst point guards we've ever seen. He's trash. Next name.
Oscar Robertson, 1-time MVP, 12-time All-Star, 11-time All-NBA, Rookie of the Year, Hall of Famer, Mr. Triple-Double, and he's a Hall of Famer. Oh, and he's got a ring too, by the way.
Yes, I agree. Oscar Robertson is better than Chris Paul. These next two, I agree.
Next two, we have Steph Curry. Listen, Steph Curry, idiots, cry. He will never be number one. Steph Curry, two MVP. No, he's not. 2 MVPs, 1-time Finals MVP, 12-time All-Star, 11-time All-NBA, 2-time scoring champion, 1-time steals leader, and 4 rings.
And you're number one.
The most accomplished, the forever most accomplished point guard of all time, will forever be the greatest point guard ever played the game of basketball, Magic Johnson. 3 MVPs, 3-time Finals MVP, 12-time All-Star, 10-time All-NBA selection, Hall of Famer, 5 rings. Oh, and keep in mind he only played 12 seasons.
Yeah, Magic is a 1A to Steph's 1B. So
no, Magic is 1, and then everybody else is a distance.
To me, I think Chris Paul is number 6. I think you take Jason Kidd and throw him to the edge of the earth, move Russ up, move John Stockton up, and I put Jason Kidd. I put Chris Paul number 6. We have about 7 minutes left. I actually have a 2K26 rant I want to go.
I think I know where you're going with this. What
do you think
with this? Because it involves my team, doesn't it?
No.
The new my team thing.
No. So I am sick and tired. I don't know if you watch NBA 2K rebuilds like I do.
I love 2K rebuilds.
One thing I'm noticing is how there is no originality in these 2K rebuilds. What do you think everyone does? They tank their first season, get Cooper Flag, and then they wait and they sign Giannis or Jokic.
Yep.
What happened to realistic rebuilds? Not Cooper Flag, sorry. They tank and they get like DJ DeBansa.
AJ DeBansa. So your rant is with the 2K rebuilders, not 2K.
No, 2K is fine.
2K.
2K sucks.
I mean, 2K has a lot of problems.
2K sucks, but the content creators who do this, dude, I am sick and tired of being like, oh, watch my rebuild. Like, I'm sorry, Danny 2K, bro, you're saying you do the same thing every time. Slim Mamba, the guy out here has what's it called? I like him, a rebuild where he's like rebuilding an expansion franchise. He's like, oh wow, we made it in 3 seasons. Yeah, because he went and signed Amen Thompson and gave him a bunch of upgrades.
Yeah,
a bunch of upgrades to come on Mollywalk. Like this, it's the same thing every time. They just sign Jokic, they sign Giannis, or they trade for like the same guys. This is fun to watch.
If you watch King of the Fourth Quarter and 6 Rings of Steel, they actually do it realistically. Like if Kenny takes over a bad team and like he wants a player to be good or like take a lot of shots, he will up their touches. I get that. Up their shot tendency and touches.
That makes sense. Because teams that makes sense. They tell players to shoot more.
Like, look at the Nets. Look at the Nets this year with Michael Porter.
Like, what
he
really
did not do much.
He
did not do much in Denver. He went to Brooklyn. Like, he became a god.
The worst about it is Danny 2K. I don't know if you watch him at all. I like him. I like him, but all he ever does is you'll see him go into these like historic rebuilds and he'll trade a bunch of picks so he can pick up KD and all the players who are prospects, picks them up, and then he has 13 legends on his roster. Like, this is so boring. Yeah, I know you.
I've done it.
But it's not fun. Like, I'm
It's
sorry,
it's
if
not
I watch a
like
rebuild, I can guarantee Giannis or Jokic is going to be signed. And
the
I can
last one I
guarantee
did.
they're going to get DeBonsta or they're going to get Peterson.
The last one I did, I didn't. I was careful with my trades, and I still kept staying elite for a while, but also because I had
I'm
a
sorry.
lot of draft picks
Where are the
early.
people trading for Scotty Barnes? Where are the people trading for Evan Mobley? Where are the people
Yeah,
making the move and rebuilding Jalen Green? Where are these? Like, there's nobody taking it and like, oh, let's really rebuild through the draft. Let's grab these low under the like. It's so dumb. And I want to watch 2K rebuilds, but it's like honestly, I know the exact same path. They're gonna win in 3 seasons because they got Luca somehow. Like they're gonna be
I
like,
mean,
oh, let
yeah,
me pair up some a bunch of first round picks and get Steph Curry because he would never be traded. Like
yeah.
it gets so I love King of the Fourth Quarter and I love Six Rings of Steel because you're right. They're players they move for guys you don't see actually getting moved a lot. I remember watching King of the Fourth Quarter make Casey Wallace a star.
Yeah,
Like Jalen
and
Williams, the guy he picks up, or Chet Holmgren, like guys who you don't expect to be moved.
yeah, and I do this. I do a lot of I do a lot of Madden videos, and I love Madden. Like I love doing, but at the same time, I kind of keep it realistic. And yes, I'll trade if I'm doing like a practice squad franchise. I will trade early picks for because they're all guys who are
Mhm.
going to be UDFA's. They're going to be available later, so it
Yeah.
doesn't matter to me. Like, but at the same time, I will trade those picks for future lower picks so I can rebuild in the later rounds of the draft because that's what the UDFA's are. And yes, teams do get a lot of picks. The Grizzlies have 13 firsts over the next 7 years. Guess what? They don't have 35 firsts over the next 5 years, like a lot of these guys do when they do rebuilds. So yes, I agree with you there.
They'll
That
sign like nobody's. They'll sign like your what's it called vet minimums and then trade them for 4 first round picks.
yeah,
No, I will
yeah,
say
and
King of the Fourth Quarter does that when he's not trying to do a realistic rebuild.
yeah, but
It's a,
most of
he,
his are
he has a lot of
realistic.
his challenges. Like I have to do 1 season rebuild. Yeah, he's gonna make these moves. But I've seen him do these realistic rebuilds where it's like, cool. I just watched you turn Brandon Miller into a superstar. That's
Yeah,
fun. I watched you take Alperen Şengün and make him the focal piece of a team. That's fun.
yeah,
Like
because
it's so
because
annoying.
they know how to build around guys like that. They know
Instead of like
exactly what Shangun excels at and what he doesn't.
Instead
So
of
he
I
will
traded for
build.
Giannis, Luca, LeBron, and Jokic, and I'm going to win 77 games. Or also, I'm sick and tired. I don't watch my career anymore because they all put up 150 points.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
so annoying.
When you said 2K26 rant, I thought you were going to talk about what they just announced with the college for my team,
I didn't
the
know that.
college hoops coming to my team. So yes, for
No.
the new season for the battle, the new season pass, which every
Battle.
game has a season pass now. They are announcing the college hoops thing. They college hoops, college teams
That
are
could be
coming.
cool.
And I do like it because I know what it's building towards. They already announced that they're making a new college game that's coming in 2027. So it'll be College Hoops 2K28, which means for 2K27, we're probably going to get more integrated in college
Yeah, this is kind of fun.
hoops, which is actually pretty good. It's a step in the right direction. I do think the basketball fandom has been yearning for a college basketball game because we just got college football 26. Granted, 20, 25, 20, college football 26 is bad. I haven't played it, but I've seen so many people complain on it and how it's such a step down from college football
Like
25. I
for me,
love
like
CFB
I
25.
just watched a few days ago. Danny 2K I did a realistic rebuild of the dumbest NBA team, and that was fun. He did a really good job. But if you scroll a few down, it's like you're pairing LeBron,
It's
Donovan Mitchell, and
it's
James Harden. Like I
Danny
that was
2K.
very
A lot of his fan base is like 12-year-olds, so
yeah.
he's got to do that.
Or I
But
traded everyone except for Giannis, and you have John Morant, Donovan Mitchell, Kawhi Leonard, and Cooper Flat. Come on.
yeah,
But looks like we have less than a minute left, so I will stop my rant about 2K.
alrighty, that's gonna do it. If you guys like the video, you know what to do. You're getting one video from us this week, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, because there's not really much. Next week, though, I think we're gonna do a
we're diving
postseason.
into
We're diving into our
what teams
preseason
need
rankings from 2025
and
and the
what
teams of
NFL
need.
teams need.
Yeah, yes, we will do that. So see you guys next week. If you guys like the video, you know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.